So, can you introduce yourself and tell us what you're majoring in?
I'm Laura Schubert. I'm majoring in architecture, but long story short, I actually graduated with a liberal science degree at UCNJ.
For those unfamiliar, what does TSI stands for and what's its significance?
TSI stands for Transfer Scholars Initiative, and it's a program for students that go to community colleges that want to transfer to a 4-year institution. So it's significant because a lot of community college students are kind of thrown in the water with no life vest, and they're like expected to navigate it all on their own when it comes to transferring to other colleges. When a lot of colleges are just open to students that come fresh out of high school. So it's important because you have access to a lot of people and resources to help you and transfer. And even this October, I'm going back to Princeton to talk to my advisors from there to help me create my personal essays for when I'm going to transfer to a 4-year school.
What inspired you to apply to TSI program at Princeton University?
My professor, Susanna, inspired me to apply because the advertising for this wasn't broadcasted enough. And I only found out because I was talking to her about wanting to apply to internships. So, as a student at a community college, you really have to have a good relationship with your professors because they're the ones that are going to tell you about opportunities. And she even recommended me for a TSI. So, I was able to get an email from them, and I joined one of the first Zoom calls of all the students who were recommended by faculty.
Was there a particular moment or experience that motivated you to apply to?
I just didn't want to spend my summer not doing anything. And so something that's going to benefit me academically was very appealing to me.
Could you share some highlights from your time at Princeton University and how it shifted your perspective or enriched your experience?
So it was very intimidating to go to a college as exclusive as Princeton. Even though I was technically a student, you're not really considered a student, if you know what I mean. And especially with an Ivy League, it fits a certain demographic of people. So a lot of the students in TSI, and it was combined with another program called FSI, which is for students coming out of high school that have come from areas of poverty that got accepted to Ivies. They combined both of us. And a lot of the students were joking that this is the most diverse you're going to see Princeton. So, like, off the bat, you're already with a bunch of students that are similar to you. And I was a bit more intimidated, not more so the academics, but of like finding friendships. So it surprised me that I was able to make friends at a new environment like that in such a short amount of time, which it lasted a little over a month. And my favorite memory from there is one of the nights after like a big English assignment was due, all of my floor mates, which is called a Z group, all the people living on your same floor, we all just were still awake and so beat after submitting that assignment. And I realized that we have access to a printer, and we printed out like these horrible memes in black and white ink, and we just cut it out and slid it under different floors.
Looking back, if you could revisit your TSI experience, is there anything you would do differently or any new approaches you would try?
I would definitely apply for disability sooner. So I have ADHD and like depression, and it does affect me when it comes to planning assignments and taking tests. And coming from community college, I didn't apply for disability. Not to say that community colleges are easier, it just never felt like something I needed to succeed here. But right as I went to Princeton and I took a midterm, I finished my midterm like within the last minute, and even then it was so rushed. So right after that experience, I submitted for disability, and it took probably a week and a half to get it approved and to talk to the people I needed to talk to. So if you're suffering from any learning disabilities, 100% apply for disability. Even if you don't think you're going to use it, it's good to have in the back of your belt in case if you do.
Would you recommend this summer internship/program to other students? And what makes it stands out, and why should others consider applying?
I 100% recommend applying for TSI, especially if you want to go to a four-year college. If you don't want to go to a four-year college and you're satisfied with having just an associate's degree, don't apply, because this is for people that want to continue their education. That's the whole point. It gives you a lot of opportunities to research other schools too that you wouldn't even think of applying to, because they have a bunch of advisors from a bunch of different diverse colleges, and they speak to the students directly, which is really nice. My advice when it comes to applying, because I know that's probably going to discourage people from applying in the first place. Like, oh, I'm not going to even get picked. Like, I failed a class in my community college before, and I took a semester off because I was having a hard time because of that. And I was still able to get accepted, or to first get recommended and then get accepted, and to graduate with 2 A's for my courses. Because, I mean, just what happened in your past doesn't define you. Like, don't let a bad grade or even a bad semester, a bad year discourage you from applying. My advice when it comes to your application, just write from your heart. I know that sounds corny as hell, but write about your own experience about being a community college student. Write about your experience about living in your community, or write about what inspires you. If you're having fun writing your application, chances are whoever's reading it is having fun reading it too. So don't let it stress you out if you have to take a step back from your application, because it is a few like short essays that you write. Take that step back. Like, have your family members or even your professors read it. It's good to have a second pair of eyes on it if you can.
And anything that would you like to share in general? Doesn't matter, like major, doesn't matter the program, anything that you would like to share this experience being here at the school.
My experience being at UCNJ, have a relationship with your professors. Like, try to branch out of your own personal bubble and build those connections, because that's how you hear about these opportunities. Like, you can be the type of student that you're always checking announcements, you're always reading your emails, but you can still miss great opportunities that happen in the summertime or even during the school year. Because if you miss them out, that's it. And then you have to hope to catch it next year if they're going to even have it again next year. So just ask your professors too. Even if you feel like, oh, I don't have that much of a good relationship with them, I'm shy to talk to them, just stick around after class and be like, this is what I'm interested in. This is what I'm hoping for. Do you know about anything that's happening in the summer or this semester or that semester? And if you just show that you're interested, then your professors are going to help you, because that's what they're there for.
Thank you very much.
Thank you for having me.